So I'm Ayesha Rahman. I'm a hand and upper extremity surgeon at New York Presbyterian in Queens.
If you had to pick your most impactful mentor, who would that person be?
So I have a lot of mentors in hand surgery. I think that, the advice that you get is as good as the person that you get it from. And so, that being said, I would say the most important and impactful mentor that I've had thus far has been Lisa Latanza. She was my fellowship director at UCSF. She's now the chair at Yale. And she has just been instrumental in my early career. I have texted her so many times when I have these, difficult cases and I need some advice. And I mean, she will always text or call back. It could be 10 o'clock at night. She'll text me back. It could be in the middle of the operating room and she will text or call me back. To the extent that, at one point, my wife and I, we were actually in a really serious car accident. We had multiple injuries. I had texted her and I mean, she called me back. I think it was like 1 a.m. and put me in touch with the surgeon who ended up doing my surgery, So I would say she goes like above and beyond. And if you ask her, she won't even say that she's doing it. This is just her responsibility as a mentor, And she's, needless to say, she's also done a lot for, diversity in orthopedics, particularly for women in ortho, So I would say she's definitely been the most impactful on my career.
That's amazing. What's your favorite case in hand surgery?
So I would say my favorite case, I'm going to say cases, they really more stem, I would say, from where I work as much as what I do. So I work in Queens. It's the most diverse zip code in the US. It's a massive immigrant community. There's people just from all over the world that have sort of created their, own immersive sort of, cultural communities here. And, what that means for me, I come from an immigrant family. My parents are 3-time war refugees, and they came to this country, for a better life, not just for them, but, for their kids, for us, for me. And so for them to see me, become an orthopedic surgeon, like I am their American dream, and one of the, communities that I serve here in Queens, it's a community whose background actually reflects my own. It's an immigrant community of people who look like my parents, who have been through some of the same wars, the same losses, poverty. They come from one of the poorest countries on earth. And when they see a doctor like me walk in, it's this like unspoken sense of pride that they have a doctor who looks like them with their background that's going to be providing their care. And we talk about, in my practice, like we talk a lot about providing culturally competent care and the importance of that. And, we hire doctors who really reflect the communities that they serve, but we do that, on the patient level. We don't always talk about what that means, for the doctors. But I will say for me, it really provides this sense of sort of pride and fulfillment that I'm like giving back to my community. So I would say those are my favorite cases.